Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we're discussing a 2022 model year limited edition of 150 pieces in stainless steel, now available pre-owned. This is the Bremont Supermarine S300 RFU. It is English rugby themed. So England Rugby and Twickenham Stadium. This is a watch that honors all of them. A lovely set of Union Jack colors and a debossed rose for England Rugby on the dial. It is a reasonably sized diver at 40 millimeters in diameter, 12.9 millimeters thick, 49.3 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip, if we include the end links. This British-built watch is 51.8 millimeters across the wrist with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Now, Bremont, for many years, has been building watches in England, and they're fabricating more and more of their parts in-house. The watch that you have right here is emblematic of their British blood, as it is not just made in England, but it is British themed, and it's wearable. The Supermarine collection is their aquatic watch line, so basically dive watches, and you can see this one fits easily underneath the cuff and fits well on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. I could recommend this watch for a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference, and it would be even easier to wear on a small wrist if it were on a strap as opposed to the bracelet. The bracelet, however, is a solid piece that inspires confidence. A 3-link design. You can see removable links are fixed by screws. We've got a half link in there on each side, and then we have 2 little divots drilled in the clasp, so you can use your strap tool to change the anchoring point and fine-tune the fit. Twin trigger release. You can see the Bremont logo, the propeller, as well as the company name externally. Twin trigger release, thick gauge steel, single fold deployment right there. We have their hardened steel constructions. They do actually harden the steel. The base steel and the layer on the top, which is a few microns thick, they combine for a hardness of about 400 Vickers. The top layer is more than that, but combined, the real hardness is about 400 Vickers. But that's good, because standard 316 steel is about 250. Now here we have a dive watch with a screw-down crown, 300 meters water resistance. We have a unidirectional rotating dive bezel. It is a 120 click. Let's hear the ratchet. We've got Union Jack colors, red, white, and blue, and we've got a blue ceramic insert inside the bezel. The case is their triptych design, not just the material used, but also the structure. The lugs are broken out separately from the case. So we have this black DLC canister in the center that holds the dial and the movement, and then the lugs are separate forms. They have this wraparound bevel. They have satination on their sides as well as their tops. You can see that the knurling of the bezel is nice and sharp, a micro knurling that makes it easy to grip, even if your hands might be a little bit slippery. Let's take a look at the luminescence of this diver. You can see it is quite luminescent. There's no problem reading the bezel against the minute hand, which is critical with a diver, as they illuminate the entire bezel right there. Now you can use that bezel to count up to 60 minutes, whether you're timing a rugby match or just going for a dive. The timepiece, of course, features a white dial, and it is white. It's not silver, it is white. There's a Ray-Hot outboard featuring little steps for the seconds as well as the minutes. We've got that debossed rose at the center of the dial. We've got a crown that activates a movement based on a Salida SW200 or an ETA 2824, they're equivalent movements, and the watch features a quick set system for the date and a hacking seconds function, so you can set the watch precisely. It has bidirectional automatic winding. It beats at 8 beats per second. It has a 38-hour power reserve, and it is adjusted in 5 positions, and it is adjusted to ISO 3159 standard. So that is the same standard used for the COSC Swiss chronometer. Bremont is not clear about whether this watch is certified as a chronometer in England under 3159 or in Switzerland through the full COSC, but they do say that it's been adjusted to the international ISO 3159 chronometer standard. And you can see they actually adjust the meters to foot equivalent on the case back, something few brands actually attempt to do. Most just equate 300 meters to 1,000 feet. So that's nice attention to detail. And again, you have Twickenham Stadium, England Rugby, and we're heading into a big 2022 for rugby in the UK. So this is a special edition for that occasion. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.